Hi, my name is Sean Nagel.
Hi, I'm Candace Nagel, and we've been married for 20 years.
There you go.
It was May 22nd, 1992, and we were at Cunningham Park.
She was talking to my friend Kev, and Kev said goodbye to her, and I stuck my head in the car, and he said, "Oh, this is Candace. She's going to Albany next year." So I said hi, and then she drove off, and I said to my Kev, "Who is that?"
And that's how we met.
Did you start dating right away?
No. There was something about Candace when I first looked into the car. I knew there was something special about her, but we were friends for all of our 4 years at college, and we never dated.
Came close a couple times, but we never dated.
And then how did you start dating?
After college, I guess probably like a year after college,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, we were out with friends and we just kept kind of gravitating toward each other, and then he asked me out one night.
Supervised.
You didn't ask it to be supervised. I was nervous. I didn't know if I wanted to date him. We'd been friends for so long. So I made another couple come with us on our
very good friends.
very good friends on our romantic
Mini golf.
mini golf. Yeah.
Why did you decide to get married?
Well, I decided there was nobody else I'd want to be with.
Me too. That was pretty much it. He was the first person I wanted to talk to in the morning and the last person that I wanted to talk to at night, and I couldn't imagine not having that all the time.
How did your relationship change when you had children?
You want to go first, or me?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Well, we had created a perfect human being, which was just really weird and freaked us out, but we were going through it all together, and we loved you so much, and we would basically have done anything for you and for each other because of you. It just reinforced our love for each other.
Yeah, it brought us closer together because all of a sudden we had this little person that we were completely devoted to. In addition to being devoted to each other, we had this little human to raise, to keep alive, to watch thrive, and you share that joy with each other, and you just look and you marvel how you made this perfect little human.
And how you got so lucky, really.
Yeah, and you just want to, it changes because you learn that you have to put your marriage first, because that definitely was something that we learned, and we made a priority right away. We knew that our children are important, but our marriage is more important. Like, us as a couple has to be more important than our children. It doesn't mean we don't love you and your sister and your brother anymore, but it just means that we know we can't be the best parents if we're not taking care of us as adults first.
What were some obstacles in your relationship over the years, and how did you overcome them?
Well, some of the obstacles were normal stresses with money and
Job changes, house changes, sick parents, losing a daughter. There were lots of obstacles that we
that were actually,
like
now that you
long
mention it,
list of obstacles that we
have gone through
together, and
But that's the key, is we went through them together, and
we leaned on each other for support, and we leaned on each other to remind us of the good things that we had. And when one of us is really down, the other one tries to find something to hang on to.
and pick the other one up.
And we learned to negotiate
Yeah.
things, you know. We made plans together on how we were going to try to overcome certain things, like the fire department work schedule, which I hated. You know, we made a compromise. We found ways around it. Or money, when it stressed us out, we worked together to find ways of how to take the stress off and still get to do what we want and save for the things that were important.
Communication really about these things played a big role in overcoming any obstacle we had.
That was my next question. Do you think communication is important in a relationship, and why? You kind of just said it.
It's important, and I still to this day make this mistake a lot, and I bottle a lot of emotions and I bottle a lot of feelings inside, and it creates tension. And then we might be walking the dog and all of a sudden start talking about it, and I feel instant relief and the stress is gone. really, because I have her to thank for that, really.
And the same for me. I mean, we talk all the time. I mean, most people that know us will make fun of us about how many times a day we call each other or text each other, and it was like that from the very beginning. That was, I think, part of why I fell in love with Daddy, is because he could talk. I could talk to him. He listened. He would share with me. I never felt like he was judging me.
For hours.
And for hours, just to talk each other to sleep.
Yep.
In a good way, not boring.
What is the formula for a healthy marriage?
I don't know what the perfect formula is, but communication is definitely key. We went over that. Honesty is 100% necessary. An ingredient.
Non-negotiable.
2/3 honesty. And just showing the other person how much you love them, and it doesn't have to be said. It could just be in the things you do, or the way you act, or I guess the way you talk about her behind her back.
Okay. I would agree with, I think, all of that. I think trust has to be at the base of your foundation, because if you can't trust deep down, like in your stomach, like a gut trust, then you really can't really build from that. So, and I have never not trusted Daddy. That's been always there from the beginning. He's always proved himself to be a very honorable and true person. Communication, definitely, because if you're not talking to each other, then why are you spending any time together? And prioritizing, like kind of like what Daddy said, like showing you have to prioritize. You have to put your spouse first in front of, you know, work when you can. Obviously, work is an obligation you don't have much leeway on, but above all the other things, the football games or the shopping or the, you know, the appointments with friends, like they have to come second once you're married. You know, that's what you're choosing in a marriage. It's not the same as dating. And I think that when you make person that your priority, they feel that. They know that they're important. It's important to feel important, to know that the person you chose to spend your life with wants to be with you. And that matters all the time, not just for the first couple of years or special occasions. It matters on the little things, you know.
How do you sanctify your partner, or how does your partner sanctify you?
I am not sure how I sanctify Sean, but I can speak to how I think he sanctifies me. I can be very rigid and tough sometimes, and very black and white about what's right and what's wrong, and can get frustrated when things don't go the way I think they should. And Sean is a much more relaxed and generous spirit, in the sense that he doesn't let everything bother him as much, and he is very generous with his love and with his patience and with his time. And so when I see that, it encourages me to be more flexible and more generous with myself, which I think is a good thing as a person and will get me hopefully closer to heaven.
I think you're being very hard on yourself. She's one of the most giving people I've ever met in my life. That's why I fell in love with her, aside from her beautiful looks. But
Blushing.
she makes me want to be a better person every day, and every day I wake up, consider myself very lucky to have the life that I have with her, with our 3 beautiful kids. And that's it. She just sanctifies me. I sanctify her by just wanting to be a better person.